Everybody dance. Come on.
Hey, 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 everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim. This is your sister, your girl, and your friend. And listen, I'll be here until the end of this program. I'm just so glad that y'all tuned in. Do me a favor before we even get started. Tag and share this. Somebody needs to be encouraged. Somebody needs to be motivated. Somebody needs to be empowered. And somebody needs to help us celebrate on tonight. I am so glad that y'all tuning in and tagging and sharing with someone and inviting somebody to We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim. Again, every Monday night at 7 p.m., you can catch me here celebrating those who win. Listen, we're celebrating Women's Month. That's what I say. But it's Women's History Month. It's International Women's Month. It's just Women's Month for me. So that's what we've been doing all month long. It just started, but we're going to have a long journey in celebrating women this month. All right? I got two special guests I can't wait to introduce in a moment. I am so glad to have them right here in the studio with me. My sisters are here, and we're going to have a fabulous time talking about celebrating, winning, and what they're doing right now. Listen, I want you to know that no matter what you're going through, no matter what has happened, no matter what you face, keep sparkling. Keep going. Because if you let your light so shine, men will see your good works, and then they will glorify your Father in heaven. I tell you all the time, you have a light that God has given you. You have a purpose. You have gifts. You have talents that He has given you. And you have to let that shine. And when you let that thing shine, you will always win. Because all we do is win. Is that true? I believe it is true. I believe you're a winner. Some people say, well, I don't always win. I'm losing sometimes. Still doesn't matter. One thing a winner doesn't do is give up. So as long as you grinding, long as you pressing, long as you pushing, long as you keep moving, got to take your breaks now. You do all of that, you are winning. And that's what it's all about. So I'm so happy tonight to be with y'all again. Last week, we had a fabulous time with my sister all the way from Chicago, Isabel, a life coach or life transformational coach, talking about some really great things that hit a lot of spots for us. I had so many calls, so shout out to Isabel. I had so many calls that came in that they were really blessed, they were really empowered, and that she was talking to me. That's what I heard most, at least 4 times. She was talking to me. That really blessed me. So that's what you'll get when you tune into We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim. We want to talk about things to motivate you. We want to talk about things that will push you. Because sometimes you just need to hear it again often, to hear it again from somebody, or just to see someone else winning and having fun and celebrating, and then sharing with you what they did, how they overcame certain things. So I'm so excited. But listen, before I get into introducing my fabulous sisters on tonight, I want to make sure I invite you, because it's the weekend. This is the weekend. I am inviting you to my women's gathering, Arise Esther Women's Gathering that's happening in Paterson, New Jersey. Yes, I am the host and the facilitator. It's going to be held at Calvary Baptist Church, 575 East 18th Street in the city of Paterson, New Jersey, where my pastor is Reverend Dr. Randall M. Lassiter. Oh, you got to be there. It's something special just for you. It's about queendomship. And then you want to know more about what's going on with queendomship in the kingdom, you should be there. Friday night, we have none other than the awesome, incredible Reverend Dr. Tiffany Williams Brewer. She's going to be there Friday night at 7 p.m. You got to be there. She has an awesome work, because you all know that she is the CEO and founder of the Institute, the Esther Institute. And then on Saturday early morning, we have prophetess, Pastor Alicia Cooper. She's going to be in the house. And then Pastor Tanya McAllister Miller. You got to be there. Make sure you check with us. If you want more information, you just email at hiswordofpromise@gmail.com for more information. Also, we already have a couple of vendors. So Saturday, if you want to join us for lunch after everything has happened, we have door prizes. Just make sure you email me and get more information. But we're going to have such a fabulous time. Listen, I want to encourage you, and I always do that, to own your own shine. You have a shine that God gave you. I'm just going to remind you over and over to use it, own it. Sometimes we don't want to face what God has given us, but he's given you something great. And even if you feel that it's not, there are others around you that will always keep you encouraged. If they don't, leave that group and go to one that does. That's how life goes. You have to be a go-getter. You have to go with go with where you know you are loved, but also where you know that you need to go. You have to do it. Sometimes we need that push. So I will do that every Monday. I will bring the empowerment. I will bring the motivation, and I will push you, and I will encourage you, but you're going to have to do it for yourself. All righty? I believe that was an announcement I wanted to get out. I wanted to make sure that I had saved some time for them awesome sisters. I was thinking about the twin sisters, the power sisters, when I was thinking about this morning and saying, look, I'm going to be hanging out with them on tonight in the studio, and we are going to chit-chat, and we're going to hear some great things because they are both powerful women of God, and I just can't wait to bring them. I'm just going to have one picture put up of them. Look at them. Aren't they so cute? Look at them. They are so cute and adorable. I got to put one more just because that one was so cute. Tell me they ain't fly. Tell me these girls ain't fly. And I wanted to make sure this show is about them and what they are doing. But you know what's so special about them, too, is that they are sisters. And that sisterhood is powerful. And you know what? I believe that doing this show today, that you're going to really be blessed. And you're not only going to see sister or women celebrating and winning, but you're going to see how the sisterhood is winning. That means something. That means something, that the sisterhood is winning. It's good to have a friend and a sister in the same person. And I want to give a shout out to my sister, Alicia Cooper, who wasn't able to be in the studio with us today, because if she was here, it would be crazy on tonight. That's because I love you, sister. Only because we had that joy, more joy that we would be able to share. All righty then. So without further ado, I think I'm going to jump right in. And if I got any other things to say, I'll just add them in. All right. But I hope y'all doing not good tonight. Y'all can make sure you comment, because I like the interaction. I want y'all to have something to say, and most of y'all do. I don't know. We might have a time at the end. We may for one call in and see the number there, 648-233-1302.
646.
646, sorry. 646, thank you for the correction in the house. 646-233-1302. You got to have somebody to help you, because you can't do it all by yourself. Mama always said, we're better together.
That's right.
She always said that to me. And she said, listen, baby, no man or woman is an island. You can't do it by yourself. But listen, I'm going to tell you what I would say. This is me. Y'all can help me out. I would rather do it by myself than do it with somebody that's working against me.
Well, you're right about that.
I even introduced them, but they in the house. I love it. That's what I wanted. That's what I'm saying. So there are some, things that happen. So I got a disclosure and a disclaimer for y'all. Anything liable to happen here when we sparkle, all right? Because the truth will make us free, and we riding that truth out. All righty, so let me get ready to introduce my sisters on tonight. Let's see. Do I need my glasses? No. All righty. I'm going to start out with Dr. Nicole B. Simpson. I love the B in it. All right? The B is for beauty. What is the B for?
Brielle.
Brielle?
Yes, Nicole Brielle Simpson.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using that. Okay.
You can. I love my name.
All right.
Well, I'm looking for a new last name, though. I'm looking for a new last name.
Let me get you in here.
I'm working on a new last name. But other than that, I love my name.
What I'm going to do, listen, I done brought them in. They was talking. I was like, let me bring them on in.
I didn't even realize you came live. Hey, go ahead.
Listen,
She love her name.
Listen, welcome to the studio. Welcome to Space Sparkle with Stephanie Kim. Listen, but I want to give a shout out before I continue to BKS1 Radio and TV. Norm the Storm, I appreciate you giving a shout out. You can watch us on YouTube at BKS1radioandtv.com. All righty? All right, so I'm going to introduce this beautiful lady to my left with the orange.
To the left. We got it right, because normally I did it wrong. I ain't even going to front.
I should let her introduce her own self. But I'm going to just say a little bit about her, and then she can say some more. All right, Dr. Nicole B. Simpson, CFP, is a practitioner with over 30 years of experience in securities industry, which she entered in 1991 and holds Series 7, 63, and 65 securities licenses. She has been recognized in her industry by, pronounce that word for me, Investopedia?
Investopedia.
I got it right!
Yes.
You know, sometimes you can fumble over words so long, you might as well just ask the person how to say it.
Listen,
All right.
Sometimes I get it wrong too. And people acknowledging me, and I'll be like, "Well, thank you. Who are you again?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm
Them
just
people.
saying. Thank you. I thank you for the American people."
Investopedia, which named her one of the top 100 financial advisors of 2023. Most recently, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated chose her to receive the prestigious Woman of the Year award. Wasn't that last night? Yesterday? Last week?
It was yesterday. Yes.
It was crazy, wasn't it?
It was March 9th, 2024. Let's date this date. Yes.
That was Saturday. You
It
said
was
yesterday.
Saturday.
Saturday,
That's
2
why I
days
gave
ago.
the date. See,
She still got a hangover.
I'm still tired.
She still got the
That rest that
hangover.
we was talking about.
It was the glory. It was the glory. No,
Oh, I love it. It was the glory.
Absolutely.
Blame it on the glory.
Blame it on the glory.
All right. Simpson is also a compelling empowerment speaker. Sure she is. Television, radio personality. That's why she's doing so well already and helping me out. And best-selling author who compassionately assists families on how to begin to walk along the road to recovery when faced with catastrophic, unexpected disaster. She is actively involved in spiritual, emotional, and economic empowerment. All right, let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for our sisters. Yay! That's Dr. Nicole Simpson, and let me go to my right. All right.
That's my sister.
And introduce Miss Sanji K. Grandy. What is the K for?
It's so simple. It's Kim.
Kim!
I thought you would like that one.
Yes, I've been hearing a lot of Kim lately. Something about that Kim. So I even like Dr. Kim. Sound like I'm important, right?
Yeah, you
Because
are
you
important.
You is beautiful. You
I
is
had the right
important.
people in the
Okay.
studio on tonight because we getting ready to rock out. Y'all ain't seen
Okay.
nothing yet. So make sure you tag and share now. I'm going to look at and see who you tag, Sight.
I know that's right. Like, tag, text, tweet, share.
Share.
That's right.
Your turn. Say it. Share.
Share.
All right.
There you go.
All righty. Sanji K. Grandy has over 30 years of background in the insurance industry, specializing in meeting the needs of affluent clients. She was awarded one of Insurance Business America's Elite Women of the Year. Okay.
Twice.
Elite. What? All right. In 2021 and 2022, twice. I like that double, back to back at the point. She has also been awarded one of the Insurance Business America's Hot 100.
Twice.
You really hot in that red. All righty. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm sparkling for you.
Sparkle, twinkle, twinkle. All righty. In insurance industry, separating individuals who stand out for their exceptional work in the varying fields of industry. Sorry, I can't even read tonight.
We told you don't worry about the
entities.
I know, she put
for
that
2022.
Bible out there.
I'm gonna read it.
I know.
I'm gonna read it. Here it comes.
I
And she did that in
am.
22 and 23. So since 2021, all the way now, she's been popping, even before that,
That's the
because she got 30
summarization.
years
There
of
we go.
experience. So, to all of you that's already watching, my sisters are here, Dr. Nicole and Sanji. Woo! I'm gonna make that clap. That's a better clap. That's everybody. Hear that clap? That's a collective clap.
Thank you.
So listen, I got them in the studio, and I'm so glad that you ladies are able to join me on tonight. I know you're busy. I know you had to put me in your schedule, but I appreciate it.
Oh,
excited.
listen. We are excited and we love you, and so we will show up for you anytime. Thank you. And we is Beautiful Women and Women International Month, okay? So if you're looking for women, we want to show up and represent, the best of womanhood. Is that all right?
That's really
There you
all
go.
right, because you're
Yeah.
doing well. Came in with that orange on, looking bright.
Thank you. I do look like a pumpkin, right?
You're
Thank
not a
you.
pumpkin.
No, not
No,
a pumpkin.
listen.
You like a flower.
Thank you. Thank
Look at
you.
how she
Do
softened
you
that
know
up
how?
for you.
No, you know how beautiful orange roses are. Hint, hint.
That's what I'm saying.
optimism. No. No, okay, just put
I
that
love
out
it.
there.
It's the hint with the wink.
It's the optimism with me.
You know that's right. Listen, I thank God. But thank you. And thank you for having us. We're so excited about what God is doing in your life, and sparkling. I was like, I need to sparkle. And I don't got no sparkling on. But
Listen.
I said,
Sparkling
I'm
is
right,
not my
though.
thing.
No,
Yeah.
you already sparkling because
Thank
that
you.
sparkling is sparkling from within.
All right, I can do that. We can
All
do that.
right. So we're here to celebrate winners. Listen, y'all been winning. you all, however you want to say it, have been winning. So I saw a post about the two of you, these siblings that have been doing amazing things. So let's start with that. Tell me, what was that all about, that post I saw about siblings working on their 8th book, or did do their 8th book? Come on.
So, you want to take it or you want me to?
I'll start it
You
off.
start
and
it.
then
Go ahead.
start it.
Yes, go ahead.
So first of all, it's an underestimation. Are we starting
It
there?
really is.
Okay, because collectively between the two of us, we have, I wanted to say 12 books.
What?
Is it that many? Yes, it is.
12.
Between the both of us, it's 12.
Is it?
That's amazing.
11. It's 11. It's 11.
It's
It's 11.
11.
And
Yes.
one of them is together. So, yeah, it's
Yes,
11.
so
yes.
we have 12 books between two of us, not 8. But we'll celebrate the 8 because that's what they wrote.
And yay.
yes, yes. And so the article is generally just talking about the journey that we've had together.
Okay.
And the parallel road that we had, where we ended up, how we've done this from the projects to
Come on.
where we are now.
Insert. Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Hey, get me started.
Right, cue music, right? Cue music.
And it got me turned up, yo, already.
And so it really just kind of talks about we're amazing individuals because we've done this in a way in which we've let me not use that. We've done this in a sisterhood way.
Yes.
It's so funny because I was talking to one of our other sisters today, and I was saying that choice to not be competitive with one another and to do everything in a collaborative nature is beautiful when it works together for the good, because when you see what we've been able to do
That's what I'm
together,
saying.
it's amazing. And so I just think that the article kind of pulled it all out. Now, she had her hand in making sure the article was done, so I'm going to let her really speak to the degree of what the article really was drawing in on. But that was the basis of it. It was like what we've been able to do in a collaborative nature from the projects, in the workforce, as
Amazing.
an entrepreneur and as a person in the corporate world, and the lives that we were able to impact
That's it.
overall.
Right. Now, I
That's
will say this in that regard, because one of the things that, if you've read Sanji's book, Beautifully Blended, which is a book that deals
haven't.
with
I gotta get it.
family dynamics
Yes.
and familial relationships. And so for those of you that are out there, she is an amazing relationship coach, strategist, and things of that nature.
on.
But in that particular book, one of the things that she had to come to was an aha moment. And so, I'm going to support my sister in everything, and she supports me, and I bless God for that. And even as I was reading it, I'm like, no, because sometimes you'll sit back and you realize that you got to make a decision.
Come on, that's the
Even when there's no competition around, you still have to make a decision that we're going to collaborate. And, so for me, I tell everybody, I'm Venus, she's Serena. And you're just waiting, But here's the thing. I want to be competitive enough that when I set the bar high, not just for her, but for my children as well, and those that we encourage, we inspire, and that we have a responsibility to pave the way for, so that the hurdle that they overcome, I have created the footprints in the snow for them to follow, but I intend to kick them past me and celebrate them along the way. And so, just to be able to see us work in collaboration, I think it was more of a, aha for her to say, you know what, she's older, she's ahead of me, we have, comparable lifestyle journeys and aspirations. We're made from the same DNA.
Amen.
And so, let's just do this together, because you don't always get that in terms of sisterhood or
Nope.
siblings, right?
Nope.
So
Let's do this together. I like that.
and if y'all ask us how many sisters we have, that's my sister. We have multiple family members and a brother, but
plead the fifth.
but you do get to see, when one makes a decision to build together. And the interesting thing about it, and where the article was coming from, was that at the end of last year, because Sanji has had some level of transition, at the end of last year, we made the decision to write a book that we intended to write in 2025.
Okay.
And so what happened was she was top 100 2 years back to back, and then I was top 100 2 years back
at
to
them.
back. And
Twinning.
so we did. Like, it's Irish
Timing was
kind of thing,
everything,
right?
though. Timing was
And
everything.
the timing of the thing. But we had gone to Tennessee, and I asked her to hang out with me in Tennessee. And we just had this aha moment of how parallel our vocational lives were. You know, you see us, we do Generation X together.
Yep.
You know, we do service together. We do ministry together. But in our vocation, we've had our own lane. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, she's in corporate. And so just kind of looking at it like, we'll go away. Y'all see us go away all the time.
Yep.
I'll be like, I'll sit in the back of the plane and get to Hawaii while you up in business class or first class. I'm like, well, the entrepreneur and me, I'm not used to that. I got to pay out of my own pocket, right? They're working on me. They're working on me.
working on it.
But
Most
what you're able
definitely.
to see is us coming together and doing, you know, not just amazing things, I pray, in ministry and in service, but vocationally speaking as well. So that
good.
article was about our journey and the things that we have done in vocation.
Okay.
And we came up with a strategic leadership model and words of encouragement for marginalized and women that look like us, who have got to be
Good.
the only person of color in the
Come
room
on, that's
doing
crazy.
big
It's good.
things. And so the accolades that we received in 2023, we had to memorialize them, right? So we had to sort of let everyone know that we're doing this while we're on top after 30 years. And so that's why.
You said you're doing
we
it
saw
where? While
we're
you
doing
where?
it- Listen, while we're on top. Now here's the thing. Sanji, when you
While
gonna
on
stay?
top.
You gonna stay where?
On top.
I'ma
So
stay
we-
winning?
You every day.
Every day we win. That's
We
what we
win
do.
while we sleeping.
All we do is listen.
While we sleeping.
While we
it.
sleeping, we win while we sleeping, and we're about to go on rest, and we're about to win there. But Dr. Stephanie, one of the things that when you were doing your introduction, I was like, I don't know if I want to sing "All I Do Is Win, Win, Win," no matter what, or "This Little Light of Mine." I'm gonna let it shine. Which one do you want to sing? You understand what I'm saying?
No, but that's how.
How
it is.
about both?
This show is a provoking that way because we're celebrating.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, all you do is win, 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 and this little light of mine, because
It's
that
still going-
that light that's shining. Look at it right there. You can see it behind me. It says, "Let's shine together." And you said that earlier. Let's do this together. Y'all realize that you can do it together. You're on the same. You know, you have a lot of things that's parallel, and you're doing it. So this is both of them. We're gonna do it both. We're gonna shine and win. Hey, because when you're winning, you're shining. When you're shining, you win.
That part right
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think that's amazing for sisters to do that because that means something. And you said that what you're doing is impacting so many lives on different levels. But this one, you decided to come together and collaborate. That's something we need to do, to work together. Work together because we'll strengthen one another. Sometimes people feel, like you said, it's competitive. And we don't need to be competitive, especially if you're siblings, but it can be that way sometimes. But you guys said, listen, let's come together on something. Let's do this. And you're going to win more.
And I will say this: no one can take your spot.
Come on.
That's the part that, like, we have an
Can't take your
understanding.
spot 'cause you on top.
Nobody can take it. It's designed
love
custom
it.
for you.
It's good.
And so, I think even, March 9th passed, and that was the Woman of the Year, as you announced. And, my sister was more excited about it for me than I was. But when she did her mentoring with confidence, that's another one of her books, y'all. Serena right there. Don't get it twisted, right? She out here talking to, board of educations across the, state of New Jersey and the country coming
We're
soon.
gonna hear
but,
about that in a second, too.
But she when she does what she does, she shines. And so I always want her to know, that I'm there with you. You have to have somebody in your corner because the Bible says, this is what Pastor King
Come on. There you go.
right,
on.
Dr. Kim,
Reverend Doctor.
the Bible says one can chase 1,000, but
Come
two
on.
can put how many to flight?
Come on,
We
sis.
got work to do
Right.
to put things to flight.
I love it.
When the enemy comes along. And so if nobody else in this world has our backs, we know we have each other's.
Yes. Can
And-
I piggyback
Go ahead.
off
Go
of
ahead.
that?
tagging you in.
'Cause
Go
that
ahead,
one just
tag you
messed
in.
me up. Because I just sent that to somebody today. That about having your back. It means a lot.
It does. And I want to take this a little bit back to our childhood, all right? Because anybody that's known us since we were kids know that we weren't the closest of sisters as children. And that was a personality clash. We had to develop
mine the same way.
our friendship, which we did.
it's good.
We did. What you see, though, is genuine.
Yes.
I'm going to tell a Crystal story real quick.
Uh-oh.
Her sister friend. Her sister friend, one of her very good girlfriends, asked a question of us not too far in the distant past, very recently. I've never seen y'all argue. Do y'all? And what did we say?
Every day.
Every day.
Wait, listen, if you really want to catch an argument, the
every
week
day?
before, the week before Tricky Tray and Christmas, and Christmas toy giveaway.
We go at it.
Wait.
Here's
I'm going to ask this. What was you arguing about?
everything.
Before Trick or Treat?
Time. Oh, when it's Trick or Treat
What is it
time,
about? What is
it's
it?
because I feel like she don't pick up the ball and help me. When
Okay.
it's Christmas, it's because she
See
feel
how
like
they
I
jumped
don't
in
pick
there.
up the ball and help.
Okay.
And so, but that's the sibling part
That's
of
the
our
sibling,
relationship,
which is cool.
Of
Yep.
course. And so what I want to get out
sorry.
there. No, that's fine. That's fine. Ask the question because Crystal was curious too because she witnesses the love, the bond.
Okay, there you go.
The
That love and bond.
communication
Yeah.
is the key.
Yes.
Is that if you don't talk right, if you don't communicate,
See if you don't talk right.
well, isn't that the truth?
It
though?
could
It's
go
the
to
truth.
I tear you up right is if
Now
you
what
don't
you
talk
say is
right.
how you say it.
Watch your mouth.
Come.
Because I did note that we was from the projects, right?
That part. So we communicate.
How we communicate
So you gotta
to
work
each
on your
other.
communication skills. I like it.
Exactly.
Well, we respect each other, and so
Yeah.
well, first of all, we don't place each other close like that.
No.
And I think what Sanjay was alluding to is that communication is there, it's open, and then even if we have elevated conversations, be like, okay, I'll talk to you later, bye.
Exactly.
You know,
it's
and that's the
never
thing.
something
It's
that
never
we hold
personal.
on
Yeah.
to.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Like forever. Like literally yesterday, and I think I know Tynese is on right now. My daughter said to me.
I just saw it.
Yeah, okay.
Tynese right here, right?
Okay, yes. My daughter said to me yesterday, I love that in this family, we know our place. And what she was meaning by that is that she witnessed my sister telling me sit down one time, right? We're 14 months
Sit
apart.
down.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yes, that's it. But
Oh,
there's a
okay.
respect that I have
Yeah.
because she's my older sister.
That's right.
And so she don't disrespect me and be like, sit your behind down. This. But my daughter saw her tell me one day, you better go sit down somewhere. And it was in a
sounds like
manner
it too.
in which it was not a joke. It was like, you tiger, you acting up. I'm going to need you to go and have several seats.
Several.
And I went.
Okay.
And my daughter was like, well,
Uh-oh.
Auntie made you sit down. So I did the mommy thing. I said, well, you go sit your butt down. And she wanted to be a grown folk business.
She thought you was gonna say something bad, but you told her.
Yeah, because sometimes when you get chasing, I could chase you. So now you go sit down. But listen, again, I'm from the projects.
It's all good. It's
It's
all
how you
good.
talk to each other. Watch your mouth.
But you talk about that communication
But it's
and being able to
communication.
communicate between. I think that was really phenomenal.
It's empowerment.
Because it will a lack of communication
Mm-hmm.
or a lack of good communication can stifle what your agenda or stifle what you set out to do.
Yes,
So I
yes.
think that was good. So when was that time when you guys realized that it was a communication thing? Was it a point? Did something happen particular?
No, I
okay.
think that when you just get older and things begin to transpire, and we have both admittedly shared our life narrative that we grew up in trauma. So we grew up
Okay.
in a traumatic environment, and not to belabor it,
impacts
but
us, everybody.
you make a decision that you want
Choice.
life to be better, and
Yeah.
you want you grow up and you say, what is valuable to me, what is most important to me. And so I don't know, admittedly there's a running joke that my sisters don't think is funny. I always say I am
It's
number
not funny.
4.
It's not
Right?
funny.
And I've said it. They don't think it's funny, but I was the outcast. I was, the one that did not get along as well with everybody because
you.
I have a big mouth. Now
Okay.
they got big mouths
You
too.
do?
If they don't know, now you know. But just having a big
Can't
mouth,
imagine.
and so I would be one that would articulate, and I also was an individual of faith that was very serious about my faith.
okay.
And so I was intentional about reconciliation, first with my mom, and then trying to build bridges and things of that nature. And Sanji is. It has always been known as the sunshine. You're right.
Okay.
So she's the one that's staying fun.
I'm the
it's like,
sparkle.
she's the sparkle in our family, right?
Okay.
She stay in contact with everybody in the family. Like, it's like she remember all the. I am the favorite aunt to one of my many nieces and nephews. That's it. My niece, one. She the favorite aunt to everybody else.
I'm
I don't
the
even know
favorite
half
aunt
of
to
their names. I'm
everybody.
just playing. I know all y'all names. I know all y'all names.
have
but
mercy.
I'm the favorite to all.
But I'm saying, so she plays that role, of being very intentional about everything. And so when you're taking care of everybody else as
There you
big
go.
sister, I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure you covered. Cause
That's good.
family,
That's good.
family you can be good to them and they will ignore you. And they will be like, okay, well, she
Amen.
just sent me $500 for my birthday, but I ain't gonna call her for 6 months. No, right? So
Yeah.
I made sure she's taken care. She
That's
takes care of
good.
everybody else, though. I mean, honestly, she does. And so,
burned.
it's
But I still love them.
Turned real bad, right?
You know,
Is there anything greater than third
Let
degree
us pray
burns?
right now.
listen. Family's something else. That's why we're intentional.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but we also recognize this, like, when you put God in anything,
Yeah.
and I don't like to be holier than thou, but they know me to be that way.
holier than thou right
But
now.
when you put God in anything, any
Girl, don't get me
relationship, no
started.
matter how frayed it could be,
Don't start me.
has the ability to be
Yeah.
recovered and healed
Ooh.
and restored.
So you gonna
You
get
know, when
started.
you
I
put
love
God
it.
in the mix, I think it's important.
No,
So
for real.
we have a threefold cord that is not easily broken.
Mm.
Because not only do we respect and communicate with each other,
Mm.
and we've got to respect who it is that we are to the world,
Right.
even though we know each other's mess.
Yes.
And
No,
I
that's
think
good.
that that's important.
You're on a whole
But
other
then
thing. That's good. I like it.
It is, because it be your family that be testing your Holy Ghost gangster. Listen, it be your family
other.
that want to say you ain't saved, he'll deliver and set free. It be your family that won't go, let me just see if you got the Holy Spirit
Oh,
today.
they'll check you.
They press those
They'll know.
buttons.
And they'll let you, once they find out or know and poke you to make sure, then they'll let other people know too, whether you are or not.
you're sure or not.
Right.
Well,
They will. Slide your chair over a little bit. I want you to get more on that thing. Come on over here.
I'm coming over.
There you go.
I'm
Come on,
coming
come on,
over.
come on
in,
I'm
sister.
coming over.
Come on in.
Yeah, is that good? Like, I got to pull my mic.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's good?
Come
Yeah,
on
that's
in.
better.
Come
That
on
right?
in.
I'm on
I
to
think
look
that's
at
good.
you.
I want
Okay.
to see, because you was
She wants to see
fading
all
out.
my orange.
And I didn't want you to
Okay.
fade out. So listen, you just shared about the communication, shared about the sisterhood, shared about family and how that impacts you. You mentioned the word trauma, and I know that your history and your I want to say this too, your shine too, is to kind of bring healing of finances, healing of experience, and emotional trauma that we mentioned in here. So just tell me a little bit about that, since you mentioned it about how it impacts family and how it can impact. If it impacts the whole family, then it can also impact the relationships between the siblings that's in that family.
So,
But you guys were able to
Overcome it.
overcome that. That's what I want to talk about, just real quickly.
all right, I might need 4 minutes. I might
Yeah,
preach in 3 of the 4 minutes. No, I'm just playing.
You got 4. We love it. If you
No,
can do
just
both
joking.
in 4, girl. I love it.
Here's the thing, right? So, if we would be honest, if you're black in America and you grew up in urban USA, I think that there have been some experiences that are shared experiences that can be traumatic, whether it be
Yeah.
sexual traumatization, abandonment, physical abuse, or homelessness, things of that nature that can have a detrimental impact in your life. And so for me, we kind of grew up in that dysfunction
Okay,
of
that's what I'm talking
all
about.
of that under one umbrella.
So many of us.
And then we went from a very closed circuit, prison-like environment to total liberty.
Wow.
And how we responded to that is actually different. Sanji tells it differently than I do, but it's actually different. But there was a level of discipline and just really recognizing that education was the
That's good.
key for us
That's
to
good.
become something. But in dealing with the trauma for me, and as it relates to my sister, those of you that know, I'm a World Trade Center survivor, and I survived being on the 73rd floor of 9/11. And I had to deal with all of this trauma. Now, in between being traumatized as a child and World Trade Center, I lost a child. In between that,
Oh,
I was
God.
stalked for months. In between that, I've had some experiences in my life that let you know I don't look like what it is that I've been through. But one day I was on the radio, and I always have to give him the credit, with Dr. David G. Evans, and he had written this book called Healed Without Scars.
Wow.
And I don't know if you remember, this was almost 20 years ago, post 9/11. So here's my little 2 minutes left for my sermon. I began to ask him, how do you overcome sexual traumatization? Because it was coming up for me at the most inopportune time. And we know that individuals will sit back and they'll sweep things under the rug.
All day.
And the truth of the matter is, I knew what was happening to me, but it wasn't something that families talk about. Listen,
Nope.
families don't be right. Well, he got me too. Like, we don't do that, and we
Nope.
protect the perpetrator
This is
and
good.
not the victims. And so it's important for us, to begin to speak on these things. And I spoke before I believe anyone else in my family did, but this is what helped me. And so I hope that I have been the guide for other individuals as well. There's
sure
this
you have.
story. I'm going to get a little preachy for like 2 seconds.
I hear it
promise you.
coming.
There's this story. It's found in the 3rd book of Daniel. I'm going to tell it my kind of way. Is that all right with everybody? But there's this story about 3 Hebrew boys by the name of Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. But his name is Abednego. And so, we understand that King Nebuchadnezzar wanted everybody to bow down. It was like, I'm going to play these harps, I'm going to play these tunes, and I want everybody to bow down. And so the neighborhood, because oftentimes other people in community will interfere with your trauma and try to kick you when you down. So the neighborhood is like, yo, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are not bowing down. So they ratted on the 3 Hebrew boys. And so now King Nebuchadnezzar got egg on his face. And his egg on his face, he's like, go get them, woody woo, they go get them. So they got to walk through the neighborhood. And I need y'all to understand this, right? Because when people look at you as you're surviving, they'll go, well, I remember when you had to wear tires. I remember when you had to wear that checkered coat. I remember when you ain't had no clothes on. I remember when you looked broke, busted, and disgusted. I remember when you had holes in your clothes or whatever. And so they'll take you through that perp walk to get to King Nebuchadnezzar, back to the story in the Bible, right? And so he says, I'm going to need you to bow down. And they was like, look, I don't care what you do, how you do it, when you do it or whatever, but I'm not bowing down. So if you want to throw me into the fiery furnace, throw us into the fiery furnace. I'm paraphrasing. Read, Daniel, the 3rd chapter for yourself, because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. And so here's what happened. We know that he got upset. He turns the fire up through the strong men that he has tied them up. We know that it was designed to kill them.
Yes, it was.
Because it killed the strong men trying to throw them in. And so they get bound inside. But the Bible says that, there was 4 walking around. When I look at me and 2 of my siblings, Sanji being one of them, somebody had been praying, i.e. I was and she was too, praying that the Lord would not allow that which was designed to kill us to destroy us. Right? Now listen, that's a good part that you survived. That's real good. That's real good. King Nebuchadnezzar turns around and he says, get them out, get them out, get them out. Who's this God that you serving? Can I tell you this? This is the thing that blessed me. And I hope it helps somebody out there today, because it helped us as we stand and we thrive and we are sparkling on today, winning for the rest of our lives. When they come out of the fiery furnace, the Bible says they got to go through the same nosy community that remembered them back then, looking the way that they look right now, flashing, glossed up, winning every day. But the Bible says there was not a spell or a singe on them. Can I tell you something? When anybody just sit around somebody that smoke weed just for 5 minutes and it's on you, I'm just saying, I want to keep it real for a moment, right? If you've been around somebody that smokes cigarettes or anything of that nature, that smell gets in you. It's nasty. But what it taught us is that even though you might have gone through something that could have killed you, I have not only preserved you, that what you went through is not your accessory. So we as sisters have decided we're leaving that. We made a decision. We made a decision.
I love it.
We're leaving all of that mess. And it's going to be like what Erica Badu said, see you next lifetime. It was a lifetime ago, okay? I'm not dealing with that anymore. So now we've got to build something afresh, something
build
anew.
Something new.
And
I love it.
that's what we've been able to do. We've been building. Right? Once we got delivered from our individual trauma. That's what it is. Okay. My 3 minutes is up. Thank you very much.
3 minutes up.
Drop the mic.
4 minutes up. Drop the mic.
Okay. I'm going to pass it over to you. Anything you
I don't know that I need to add anything to that, but I do want to say something, because something you said just kind of jumped into me while you was talking. One thing I noticed about the way that we write, and this is kind of off kilter but still within the vein, every book that we have written,
award-winning books?
Award-winning books. Go ahead. Since you want to throw it out there, yes, we both are award-winning authors, right? Has been a design and a strategic plan, right?
See,
everything has a point to it. And I'm going back to where we were when we were in our rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't write novels to be mysteries, Nancy Drew types, anything like that. Even the one that I got in the queue, which it is what it's about, it's set up to help somebody else.
I think that's the key. You finished? Because I'm sorry.
Okay, no, go ahead.
You done made me jump in. She done got me.
I'm saying, there's 11 books between the two of us, right? There's 11 books between the two of us.
Prescriptive
11.
Okay. All right, so you understand what I'm about to say, right? All right, because every time we go somewhere together, it starts jumping out at me. And I say, sit down, stop, hold on for a second, right? There's a reason why.
Come on.
We do what
I hear you coming. I feel it coming. Come on.
So we got the quiet shift that's going to set you up and make sure that you take care of your aging parents. Make sure that your life
think
is
that's
all the way together,
phenomenal.
right?
Yes.
Right. Of course, we talking about
Yeah,
the
we
Out
can
of
talk
the
about
Woods,
that.
which is a collaborative effort between sisters to make sure that not only do you understand that there's a sisterhood about this, but we have already gone through the journey of life, 30 years in our respective industry, understanding that because those glass ceilings were there for us, we punched through them, and
That
we
part.
still doing it.
That whole part.
And we did it when we started from the bottom, and we still here. And we're going to keep going. But here's a plan for you to understand that not only can you do it, but just so you don't step on the landmines that we did, we're going to show you how we got through.
That part. See, that
Okay?
whole part right. That
Okay.
whole part right there.
My first book, Beautifully Blended, the award-winning book, by the way. Okay? That one.
Wait.
That one is something that she's referred to several times about making decisions to not
See,
do
that's-
certain
ooh, y'all
things
messing me up in here.
in understanding relational dynamics, right? I made a choice to not be envious of my sister, to be her best cheerleader and she mine.
This is it.
So this is where all the collaboration and things come from. My mentoring book, understanding how to deal with the relationships that you have with a mentor, or if you're a mentee, what it is and what it looks like.
Yeah, that'd be good.
They're the dreamers saying, you know what?
Come on.
Push past your pain to pursue your purpose, girl. That's
All right, I just want to say y'all need to
That's
check
an
out our
award-winning-
website
that's
to
an
see what
award-winning
it's all
book.
I
about.
need 2 offering plates at this moment now.
But go ahead, Dr. Stephanie. This your show.
This-
No,
right, because you know we got the takeover spirit.
We do. I be trying to sit on my hands sometimes, but it don't work like that. But go ahead.
I'm
Doctor.
not as bad as she is,
Listen,
but when it
I
comes
already
to me, it
knew. I already knew before y'all came.
I'm be good.
But no, it's lovely because what you just said, you fed off her. And Terrell said the courage to decide. And Angel's here. Denise is here. Ian is here. Is it Ian? Ian, right?
Ian, that's my
Ian,
son.
her son is here. Ruth is here. A couple of other people here. But when you said
Hi, y'all.
about the decision, she started over here and you confirmed that. And you talked about, making that decision. And when she said the courage to decide, that means that we have to
Our
make a
sister
conscious
wrote.
decision.
Our sister
go.
preached that.
I
Our
was
sister, Dr. Angel Thompson, who's on
That's
tonight,
why she said it then.
preached it on
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh,
the decision,
I remember
right, the
saying it.
courage to decide.
Yes.
And so
Ooh, that
you know
must have been a powerful word.
It was.
Listen, it was. It was.
Because
it
you
was, it
know
was.
what? It's,
Feel
you
the
have
pain
a
off the wall.
choice.
Go ahead and check it out on Micah 7
You
Ministries
have choices
page.
to make, and you shared the trauma, and you shared where you come from, and you said all of that, and all of that. But yet, we made a decision.
Yes.
We made a conscious decision once we begin to look around, and I like what you said. You said we set a plan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My mom always said, if you fail to plan, you plan to
Plan to
fail.
fail. Every
So
time.
it's a step, and you said you want to make sure, and you impacted different people's life. And you talked about how you already did 30 years in your own life, had your experiences, what they were, and now you're taking that collaboratively, and you've spit out. You said 11 books and one in the queue.
One
Yeah,
and Q.
and one in the queue. Well, yeah, yes, and that's a beautiful thing. Listen, I'm gonna put this out here. First of all, if you would like to hang out with me and Sanji tomorrow, I don't know, can I say we'll be
Yeah,
at the Villagers Theater. My son is doing Tuneful Tuesdays live, and he just sings all day. So you can hang out with us, and any of these 11 books, we always have them in the trunk because that's how we roll. But here's the thing:
Where is it at again?
It's at the Villagers Theater.
Villagers?
But, yeah, but listen, somebody put that.
Yeah, put that in the
terrible at
comment,
Somebody put
Ian.
that in the comment because
You
I'm
can put it in there,
terrible
it's
at
fine.
that. All I'm saying is that we're gonna be there tomorrow, and we keep books in the
Cash
trunk.
only.
That's what we do.
It's $20.
So where can they get your
Plug.
books, though? I know we got a few more
Amazon
minutes,
and all
but
other stuff. But the point that I
Yeah.
wanted to make is, the at Micah, what we try to teach individuals.
Micah?
Micah 7 Ministries is a church where we fellowship. I
Thank
am
you.
a pastor.
Like,
you
I'm
said
sorry,
Micah,
you're
like,
right.
who's Micah?
Right, you're right. But one of the things that we try to teach is the principle that John had with Gaius, his friend. I wish above all things that you would prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. We understand what trauma looks like. Hence, because of where it is that we came from. We understand the benefit of community.
That's good.
We understand that, together we win. We understand that you need money to make these things happen. So if you have at least guidance and advice, in the area of relationships, in the area of finances, then you have it. And then our sister has come with a broad spectrum
come on.
model. Dr. Thompson has decennium decision. So the courage to decide pride is because you're making up in your mind that I'm going to give myself 10 years to do me.
With a plan.
So that if I do that, there's that strategic plan.
Yep.
If I set that up, then I win for the rest of my life because I spent 10 years invested into the soil of me. So if nobody else invests in you, but if you're doing it and you're with God,
Come on.
Can you imagine?
can't lose.
Now, listen, you cannot.
You cannot lose.
Because we already
You
said
will not lose.
You will not lose.
No, for real.
And
That's
that's
good.
what community is. That's what winning is all about. Look at you, and shout out to Pastor Alicia. Like the sisterhood and the bond that you have, right?
crazy.
The support that you give to each other. That
crazy.
when you win, she win. When she win, you win. And there is no animus. It's no backstabbing or anything of that
Nope.
nature. You see pure joy. I'm privileged that y'all have allowed me in the sisterhood, and I thank you for it. I look forward
I love
every
you.
time that we have an opportunity. I love you back. But here's the
I get
thing.
an honorary invite now.
You got honorary. Listen, I'm just saying. But the thing is, understand the power of
Come on.
connectivity,
Ooh,
the power of
listen.
sisterhood, the power of
power of
relationship,
relationship
the
and
power
togetherness.
of community.
Come on.
And when we understand those things, everybody needs a dream team. Everybody needs a
Everybody,
support
come
team.
on, sis.
Everybody needs them. And so what we try to do is to encourage you that, listen, the one thing that our reputation has said about us is that if you need somebody to stand with you, call us.
Ooh.
Now, listen, we tired now. We got assistance now. I ain't gonna lie.
But you told me about that a little while
But
ago.
the
you
next
said I had to get some
generation.
assistance. You
I
was
know
telling
we
me.
did. We got the next generation of people
Okay,
that's
good.
trying to help us out now. But there's a significance. I'm joking about the next generation of people, but we are, as our visibility continues to increase, out of wisdom.
That's what I
we
said.
do
Talk
have
about that.
barriers in which we have boundaries in which we have established. But understand the boundaries is so that we can help more people. We have gone from individual helping to corporate and collaborative help,
Amen.
and so that changes so
good.
we can reach more people much more rapidly. And as Sanji said, mentoring with confidence, there is never just any one somebody. So the buck
That's
doesn't
good.
stop with Nicole and Sanji. We've got a next generation of
Come
amazing
on.
children.
I love it.
Like Tynese
Yeah, shout
Dutchmore
out to
and
them.
Ian Duhart and Jesse
They
Simpson
all up here, too.
and Imani Simpson, the next
all up
generation
here.
of individuals. And then our church family, we have them, our spiritual children that are there, and they see the fruit in their lives. So when you can see fruit in other people's lives, then you know that you're doing something that's important. So yes, we don't just advocate us winning. We celebrate when everybody. We was in church 2 extra hours yesterday. You was gonna say it. I'm gonna tag you in on that one. It wasn't 2 extra hours, but it was a long time yesterday. Why?
We had testimonies yesterday
them.
in church that had the whole. If I had a wig,
If you had a wig, it'd have been.
It would have fell off.
I would have took it off
See,
and been
listen.
twirling that thing around.
Listen.
Wait, she said.
That's why I tie mine down, y'all. That's why I
Sanji
tie
said
mine
if she
down.
had a wig. Wait a minute. I gotta,
Because that was
I
one
gotta
of
say
the
this
wig
one.
snatching moments.
she would take it off herself, swing it
because
around.
the
because
way
the
that
victory.
God has been moving
I know
Yes.
what you mean. Yes.
through and through and through. Like I don't, it's nothing to do, but
No, for
It
real.
was-
When you get super excited. You
that's
just wanna-
because you understand. That's what you
I
do first. You're
understand.
just like, wow. I didn't have anything, but it
You
was
can't just throw your hands up.
I did
Throw your
that
hands
though.
up.
I
Yeah.
did do that. I was stomping.
Throw
I
your
was
hands up.
cheering.
Okay.
I was crying. So I
Wow,
did all
that
of
was
that.
good.
Like we
All
were
of that.
crying. Everybody was tears of joy.
Tears of joy.
But if I had the wig, it was
coming
coming off
off.
immediately.
You mentioned community, and you just shared what happened yesterday or what's been going on and how much you want to celebrate. I want to say for both of you and for Mike I7 Ministries, I had the opportunity to come a couple of weeks.
Yes,
and
thank
you guys are,
love
and
it.
girls and gals, you all are incredible. I like the community because you said when someone is doing something, you guys are all supporting them. You're putting it in. We're a family. We do it together because not one of us is going to win. All of us is going to win. And I like that is all of us winning. Like you said, we a community and we need to do it together because we're stronger together. So you guys are just really awesome in what you are doing. And you said not just winning for yourselves, not making a plan for yourselves, not trying to take up for yourselves, but you're giving that to others. And that is what's most phenomenal because the Lord says, the Bible says anyway, that let this light so shine in you that men Others might see your good work, and then they glorify God, your Father. They give him the glory because they know that what you're doing is even greater than you are.
Exactly. And you are encouraging somebody. You said something in the very beginning that I would love to add to or piggyback from. And those individuals that feel like, you're not winning and you have fallen short or you're failing. I want to encourage individuals that, feel as if they're not winning. I want to encourage you to know that you just have not found the winning strategy yet. You're just falling short in a moment. But there are ways in order for you to overcome what you think might be a temporary L. I want you to understand I'm very active in terms of sports. And so you can still be a champion and lose a few rounds in a thing. And so when you look at, basketball, you have to win the best of 7 series, which means you can take an L on one and still come out on top. You can be in the ring and you go 12 rounds. You can lose 9, but if you knock out in the end, you still are champion or victorious. And so I think it's important for us to understand that the one thing that I tell individuals is that when God gives you something and you know that this is who it is that defines who it is that you are, maybe you don't know what to do. So the first thing that I want to encourage you to do is I want you to sit in the presence of God. And I know people get restless because you're not used to sitting down. We don't sit down. We like to move around. But if you sit in the presence of God, then and allow God to download a thought into your spirit. That's part 2. So you got to sit first, sit still, but then allow a thought to resonate in your spirit. And when that thought comes in your spirit and you're trusting because you're being intentional about hearing from God, when that thought is in your spirit, then go to the book of Google. Yes, I'm telling you to go to the book of Google.
That's right.
Because you've got to research
I call them
some
Google.
things. You got to research what it is. So after you get that thought, you got to write it down and then go to Google. So you go sit, you get the thought, you write it down, you go to Google. When you find the research from Google, you go repeat. Go back to sit with the new information. So you're not going to lose. You just fell short and figured out this is not the way to win.
Come on.
Right? Because I'm not giving up on who it is that I am.
Never.
I just didn't figure out how to get where it is. I know God said I'm going to from where it is that I am right now. And so if you continue to do that and you trust and believe in God, you'll be amazed at how much your community or your sister might call and say, hey, have you thought about this?
Come on.
And it just will fall into place.
And that's the timing of God.
Everybody's a winner.
That's what the timing of God. Everybody's a winner. And when I like what you said about making that plan, those 3 things, do it.
It's
and
4.
Then do it's 4.
It's
sorry.
4.
You gotta, I missed it. Tell it again.
You sit. Wait for the download from God.
The download from God.
Write it down,
and then
research.
I
just tell them to go to Google because it sounds like
no, that's fine. No,
but do the research and then
do it again.
Go on repeat.
Should do it again.
Because you're going to get new information.
Every time you go.
If you want to do the repeat, but I just say go back to square one. But you're right. If you want to count 5, sit, download,
step.
Write it down,
do it again.
Google or research, repeat. And just keep doing it over and over.
And that's how it is to be a winner and then to stay a winner.
And because
you said you keep doing it.
To stay.
You keep doing it. Each time you do it, you'll learn more. You'll get more. I like that. And you said, and you're building. So you're never losing.
No.
And I always say, I can't lose because I already won. And I already won. It makes me want to take a part 2 in the preaching, but I'm not going to preach. But it's because Jesus already did the work.
Listen, our faith
I don't have to
is
do the
fixed.
work. Yeah,
it's fixed.
She's taking notes.
It's fixed already. We already got this.
You have where's Micah Ministries located?
Micah 7 Ministries.
Micah.
Piscataway, New Jersey.
15 Corporate Place South.
Address.
15 Corporate Place South.
Sweet 49 says the Reverend Dr. Thompson will be preaching for the next 5 weeks. So go on and check
I like
it
that.
out.
Taking
Listen
that break.
Prophet, yes.
So also you're on Facebook. Micah 7 Ministries.
Yes,
I can find you on.
MICAH. It's the minor prophet, doctor.
She's up here and she's been going, and I see they got fire going, and hallelujah.
Yes.
Your church, your ministry, your family, your loved ones have been here supporting you guys on everything. That's what I'm saying. You guys come together. See one, you see all, and you push that support. So I really thank y'all. Our time has expired very quickly. We just getting started, right? The flame was like this.
From me, so I'm gonna have to come back and just invade her space.
Anytime I'm here because you gave me an opportunity to be on your show some time ago. I was like 4 or 5 years ago, 6 before the pandemic. So at least 5.
During the pandemic.
Yeah, she allowed me to be on her show with her. The power of the gospel?
Power of Gospel.
Gospel of gospel. So I appreciate that. Listen, we've had a fabulous, fantastic,
It's been fun.
wonderful,
It's been fun.
amazing time talking with Dr. Nicole B. Simpson, and Sanji K. Grandy.
Yeah.
It ain't up there on the screen, but I'll put it in there. And we did not have a time for call-ins, but I'm sure to have you guys back. Listen, one thing about here, I'm not just trying to do what I got to do. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
So I had a couple before come twice. If the Lord says it, you'll come back. We'll make a date. You're so busy now, though. I
thank
probably
you,
couldn't get y'all.
Jesus.
Y'all ladies, these ladies are off the chain. I mean that. They are winning. They are winning. And what's so good is what you said earlier. They're helping others win. That's it's powerful, because some people just winning. They like, I'm at the top, bye y'all, all y'all. But no, you have brought others. Others are walking with you. You're strengthening one another, and you're celebrating each other. And that's what We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim on Monday nights at 7 p.m. is all about. Celebrating those that win. And you're a winner if you didn't give up. If you gave up, then we got to pull you in and help you realize that there, like she said, other strategies. Use another strategy, but get back at it. Don't ever, ever stop. And if you got Jesus on your side, you're actually already won, because he did the work. And if he already did the work, all you got to do is follow the instructions to continue to keep it going. And as she said, build on that. You're building on your faith. So listen, I had a phenomenal time with these ladies. I mean, I enjoyed y'all talking about where you come from. Amen.
Amen.
So they came from one place, but that's not where they are. They don't have a problem helping others from that place go where they're going, but they're not going back from where they came. But they haven't forgotten it either. Y'all not going to talk to me.
We came out of the woods,
Come
guys.
on. I love
Out
it.
of the woods.
Out of the woods,
Out of the woods.
to the top. And I heard you say that earlier about at the top. And there's nothing wrong with being at the top. We just can't forget who helped us get there, who brought us there, who made the steps for us to get there, and that is God. Like she said, if you keep God in your life, if you sit down, I love that. You said sit down. And sometimes we have a problem being still, because it's always something to do. But you have to make a conscious decision about yourself. What am I going to do? I know everybody is doing 100,000 things. Even people will come and tell you, do this, do that, do that. But you have to take some collective time, whatever you got to do to take that time, and meditate and write down. You got to write it. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. You got to write it down. If you write it down, that's your vision, then you can use that. And even if you fail 1 or 2 times or 4 or 5 times or 20 times, get back up and do it again. But you got to write it down once you get it. But you got to first sit down so you can write it down.
Can I say one
Yeah,
thing?
one thing. We got 1 minute.
Sanji and I want to invite you to come out to the ocean with us. Come on out to the ocean. There's plenty of water in the ocean, plenty of room for everybody to win. We don't have to swim in a pond. We don't have to swim in a fishbowl. Come on out into the ocean where everybody gets to win together.
Listen, so how can the viewers contact you, ladies? You, Dr. Nicole, first.
So you can go on my website, www.NicoleBSimpson.com. Everything is Nicole B. Simpson. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. Nicole B. Simpson. Thank you.
I'm easy too. www.sanjikgrandy.com. All of that. It's Sanji Grandy. Sanji K. Grandy. TikTok, Facebook, all my social media.
Okay, and what was the last book that you ladies wrote together? Because
Out
I know you
of
said
the
11 books
Woods.
together, but what was how many books you wrote together?
We wrote one book together.
One book.
And it's called Out of the
That's
Woods,
it.
and it was released in November. And so we thank all of you that have supported us in that endeavor. It is the strategic leadership book of how to win in business.
How to Win in Business. You heard it right here on We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim from Dr. Nicole Simpson and Sanji Grandy. I really thank you ladies for being with me so much. I really appreciate you. It's been a wonderful time having you too. We have to sign off, but I want you to come back and join me next week here at 7 p.m. on at We Sparkle with Dr. Stephanie Kim. We're going to have a fabulous time, a great time. All right, and make sure you share this with someone and tell someone about it. It's always going to be a great time, because here we celebrate those that are winning. Information, innovation, inspiration. Don't forget, no matter what happens, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you have to face, always remember to keep on sparkling. This is Minister Kenny Black, Transformation. I don't own the rights to this music, but that is my brother and that is my boy. See you next week. Don't forget.
not doing things the same no more. No. Time to better my life. I got some great places to go. People calling my phone.